Hello and welcome to Impact Yobe. On this program, we'll tell you what Governor MALAM is doing to develop the state, from infrastructure to agriculture, from education to transport and energy. My name is Femi Akonde. Welcome on board.
Pandemic, so also provide a lot of
as part of measures to appreciate health and humanitarian workers at the front line of battling COVID-19 pandemic in Yobe State, stakeholders have organized a walk to commemorate the 2020 World Humanitarian Day. The Executive Secretary of the State Emergency Management Agency, Mohammed Koje, says there is no better time to appreciate health workers across the globe than now.
We choose to go around and celebrate our heroes. Our heroes are, one, humanitarian aid workers who, despite the pandemic, did not stop in reaching out to the vulnerable. Two, healthcare workers, doctors, nurses, and other supporting partners who provided all the necessary support during the pandemic to ensure that those that are sick have been attended to and the spread has been reduced. We want to thank all partners who, during the year in review, were able to devise means of reaching to the vulnerable despite the lockdown and challenges of COVID-19 pandemic.
The State Commissioner for Health, LAWAN GANA, assured the people that the Buni-led administration will continue to make welfare of health workers better.
His major concern is around the welfare of the healthcare workers, ensuring that they are always safe. I remember him directly in his own mouth praying for the healthcare workers in his office one of the days. He said that may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward all the healthcare workers across the state, because he was very happy with the way the health workers managed and handled the COVID-19 situation. And as such, we assure you that we will provide all the support that is needed in order to ensure and make them comfortable for them to be able to discharge their duties at all the times and at every circumstance.
During the pandemic, saving lives.
The Yobe State Governor, MALAM, has appointed MUSA Wasili as the district head of KYARI village in NGURU local government area of the state. The EMIR of NGURU subsequently conferred on the title of MALAM of the NGURU Emirate Council on the 80-year-old man. Speaking with Impact Yobe crew, the Secretary to the State Government, WALI, noted that the turbaning ceremony is long overdue. He thanked Governor Buni for the appointment, stressing that it is a gesture the entire NGURU community and the Emirate will not forget in a hurry.
God gave me this today's ceremony. We thank him. I say, Almighty Allah gave us this gathering today of my uncle as a district head of KYARI. KYARI is our traditional, is our local place. Our old traditional grandfathers and other title holders are based in KYARI before. After come to Guru Ngulaya, from Guru Ngulaya to Sabongari, when I am present here. This is what happened today, and we are so happy.
In order to maintain the cultural heritage, the Secretary to the State Government also appealed to concerned citizens of the state not to do away with tradition and culture.
My father, the father to the present Emir of NGURU, MUSTAPHA ibn KYARI as the district head of KYARI. It has been a long period. He is the eldest person in the family of the Emirate now. He is over 80 years. He is father to the Emir. He is just a junior brother to the Emir of the father to the Emir, Umar ibn KYARI. So I'd like to thank His Excellency for appointing him as the Emir, as the district head of KYARI. We are all grateful that he has been given this particular appointment, and you have seen the turnout of people, which means that a lot of people all the people of the emirate has accepted him and received him as the district head. Our traditional rulers are the custodians of our culture. They are the custodians of their culture. They are the people who are directly linked to the communities. Even in terms of security, you will find that for every ward, if there is any other person, the first person to have a call to call upon is the ward head.
As part of strategies to flatten the curve of the coronavirus pandemic, the Yobe State government has purchased molecular lab test machines. The State Deputy Governor, Barde revealed this at a COVID-19 press briefing at the Government House, Damaturu.
A lot of achievements have been recorded in this fight, amongst which is the commencement of testing for COVID-19 at the Yobe State Special Hospital here in Damaturu. The molecular testing laboratory has so far tested 40 samples in the past 1 week, while 43 are awaiting to be tested today. Out of the 40 samples tested, 1 tested positive out of those 40. The total number of tests conducted so far is 362, with 225 were negative, 67 turned out to be positive, and the 8 deaths, 59 recovered and discharged. The 2 active cases are symptomatic and is in stable condition. Furthermore, the committee successfully supported the State Ministry of Education to safely reopen schools for students in SS3, JSS3 and Primary 6 who are preparing for their final exams. The committee also embarked on motorized campaigns and other community-based interventions, conducted the COVID-19 Heroes campaign, and continued intensified case search, surveillance, and contact tracing.
The State Commissioner for Health, GANA LAWAN, admonished people of the state to adhere strictly to the safety protocols as the virus is still much within the society.
As for the recommendations, you see, that is why they say we should learn to live with the virus. That means it's a learning process, it's a behavioral thing. So as it is, what the committee has done and will continue doing is to continue to engage with the members of the public, continue sensitization, continue dialoguing, and so on and so forth, in order for people to make it a routine for them to be adhering to these protocols with regards to COVID-19 prevention and control. We've been to places where the burden is even much higher than here in Yobe State. And in all honesty, it's almost the same thing. And that is why one of the challenges that was highlighted by the Presidential Task Force is the issue of people not really complying with the measures. But then it is a thing of concern, and it is something that we are very much aware and working hard to forestall. So we'll also recommend that members of the press to also assist the committee in this sensitization drive so that we will actually achieve this collective behavior change. Thank you.
Excellency, I want to appreciate the effort of
The Yobe State government, in collaboration with UNICEF, has embarked on building and upgrading of 80 primary schools in Firka and Barde local government areas of the state. According to Governor Mai Malabuni, who was represented by his deputy, Barde, says the project is a commitment of the state government to decongesting schools and creating an enabling environment for pupils and wards to learn in conducive atmosphere.
This ceremony provides us with the opportunity to witness a very important intervention by UNICEF to assist the government in transforming the education sector in the state in this post-insurgency period. I am happy to note that the UNICEF is well equipped with statistical data on pre-insurgency and post-insurgency children enrollment in schools and school dropout rates in Northeast. The present administration of Yobe State is not oblivious of its people's disadvantaged educational position and the importance of equality education in our economic and socio-political development.
In his speech, the State Commissioner for Basic and Secondary Education, Sani Idris, reiterated that the Buni administration is committed to revitalizing the education sector in the state.
Decided to have all within his disposal to revitalize the early education industry in Yobe State. And that was why in his first speech, in his inaugural speech, His Excellency declared state of emergency in basic and secondary education. And because he is popularly known to be a man who is matching words with action, His Excellency, out of his magnanimity, has so far finished the construction of 7 new brand model schools for Yobians to learn. It will be very gratifying, Your Excellency, to at this moment inform all Yobians that according to the visualization of His Excellency, that the children of the masses must also be well educated. That the famous El College that is only attracting the children of the bourgeois must come to Yobe State, and all Yobians must benefit from such type of education.
Also in his remarks, the chairman of the State Universal Basic Education Board outlined strategies adopted to create better learning environment for students.
Renovations and construction of 40 classrooms here in Firka local government, and another 40 renovation and construction in Barde local government, all of them starting concurrently. We are delighted that this strategy has started working, and the vision of Governor Maimala's government on education is seeing the light of the day. We have outlined our strategy for growth. We have outlined our strategy for success as far as SUBEB is concerned. Part of it, number one, is to have a very good plan. We already have our strategic plan, of which it will be launched in the next 2 weeks at the state level. The second is we are learning from our past mistakes. We have made a lot of mistakes in the past, and inshallah, one of the strategies is to learn from the mistakes and avoid those pitfalls.
Some of the students appreciated Governor Buni for the construction and upgrading of 80 schools in their communities.
I appreciate with the UNICEF that brought these classes in order to improve our knowledge. We hope Almighty Lord to guide us and give them whatever they request. We hope Almighty Lord to prevent our governor, which is Malam, in everywhere he finds himself. And then we hope Almighty Lord to give him opportunity to continue such kind of this contribution in order to improve our knowledge.
We are now taking the floor.
The Yobe State government has commemorated the 2020 World Youth Day by bringing youths in the state under one umbrella with the aim of inculcating in them the roles expected of youths in the society. Governor Maimala Buni, who was represented by the State Commissioner for Youth and Social Development, says youths are the backbone of every community. The youths were given opportunity to ask questions regarding how they can participate actively in politics.
The backbone of any society lies in its youth, owing to their percentage in the total number of population and the responsibilities they discharge in economic and socio-political development. You may all agree with me that the world today is facing many challenges. These underscore the clear need for both the public and private sector to make concerted efforts with the aim of equipping our youth with the best tools of self-reliance and leadership qualities to make our future more secure as a united, stable, and prosperous country. In this regard, apart from making education accessible and affordable to our youth, we have given boost to the youth farm empowerment programs in the current cropping season. Under the programs, 1,000 hectares of land have been harrowed, seed planted, and fertilizers provided free of charge to all the participating youth farmers.
Participating in the political discourse.
Our special interview for this week focuses on the Ministry of Transport and Energy in Yobe State, and our guest is the Commissioner for this ministry, Honorable Abdullahi Usman Kukua. Welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's set the ball rolling straight up. The biggest project now that everyone is talking about coming out of Yobe State is the cargo airport. And the last time we came, that airport was under construction. How far now?
Yeah, during my first visit, it was under construction, and it's still under construction because it has not been commissioned. But as I'm talking to you now, the project has reached a remarkable stage, because as I'm talking to you, we have reached, at least we are at the 80–90% completion.
And how soon do we expect completion, commissioning, and that it will be put in use?
Well, if not because of this disease, the COVID-19, I think by now the airport will be ready for operation. But thank God that there is improvement. We are looking at by October, December, the airport will be completed.
And they say it's not just an airport for the sake of it, but it is strategically positioned to also boost the economy of the state and the region. How well would this airport impact on livelihood and the economy?
Well, Yobe International Cargo Airport, if completed, it will serve as a window for aircraft going and coming from Europe. It will also serve as a refueling ground for aircrafts that are flying to and from European countries and any other countries. So Yobe International Cargo Airport, if completed, I think it will create a lot of job opportunities. It will increase the level of revenue generation of the state. Bear in mind that 80% of the Yobe people are farmers, and we have a lot of farm products that we can export outside Yobe. The largest cattle market in Africa is in Yobe, that is Portisco. We can process meat and take it to other states, and not only within Nigeria, but we can even take it outside. So, if the airport is completed, it will boost the revenue position of the state and even the country in general.
Rural electrification is also a project that your ministry has embarked on, and especially ravaged communities like the Buniyadi Light Up program. Tell us more about these and how it has taken electricity to those hard-to-reach places.
Thanks be to Almighty Allah, and we appreciate the effort of our governor, because when he came on board, he was able to connect some communities that have been without electricity for quite a long time. The REB, which is an agency under my supervision, was able to connect some communities like Koriel, Sumsuma. There are some layouts within Damaturu which has not been connected with street lights, with electricity. We are all connected. Recently, we were on working visit to one of my projects. When the Yobe School of Nothing was established, it was not connected with national grid. It is when I came here that we award the contract for the upgrading of their electricity. So we don't have enough time that I can enumerate all the communities that have been connected or upgraded with electricity. But I'm talking to a lot of communities outside and then within Damaturu has been connected with electricity.
And we're seeing the beautification of the state by the installation of street lights, and we hear that all of these are solar powered lights. Tell us about all of this and even the maintenance of this infrastructure.
When this administration came on board, a lot of township roads were constructed within some local government headquarters. So we were able to connect some with we were able to install some street lights that is powered by solar. One of which, if you go by the Damaturu Gujiba Road, you have seen, though we have experienced some storm that was damaged the poles, but as I'm talking to you now, we are trying to put everything in place. But most of these township roads that were constructed by this administration, we are trying to install them and supply them with solar street lights.
Okay. And then on a general scale now, what are some major projects you say your ministry is embarking upon, all for the betterment of the people of the state?
Well, this ministry is a ministry that provides infrastructural facilities to most of people, because nowadays there will be no development without power supply. And we have talked on the Cargo International Airport, which is a giant project that is a pride for all Yobens. Electricity is major component for development, because it provides small-scale industry. As I'm talking to you, Buniyadi, which is one of the local government that has been under the control of the Boko Haram, now the people has returned back, and we are trying to provide them, and we have even provided them with some electricity. Also, we are looking at some local government that has not been connected with national grid. One of which is my local government, and then some of the northern local governments. We are trying to see that we connect them with national grid, and this is the major project that we are trying to embark, and very soon we will provide them with connect them with national grid.
Yeah. In the transport sector, Yobe State has a transport company, a state-owned transport company, that is the Yobe Line. How has the management of this transport company been, especially ensuring that they have enough buses to convey people from one place to the other, especially in the interstate travels from?
Yeah, when we came on board, we enter into agreement with one company that they can provide us with at least 50 buses, and that payment is going to be instrumentally, and it will take us up to 3 years. That was based on the agreement. So we have signed all the agreements, and very soon they will provide us with the buses. And I believe when these buses arrive here, it will create job opportunity to our youth. Or they can take the appointment of the driving and then assistant drivers. It will go a long way in solving the problems of our transportation in and within the state.
Okay, sir. All right, thank you very much for your time on the program, sir.
Thank you.
And that is our conversation with the Commissioner for Transport and Energy in Yobe State, Honorable Abdullahi Usman Kukuwa, telling us the developmental strides of His Excellency Mai Malam Buni in this critical sector of the state. And that's the program this week. Until next week, when we come your way again with fresh news and updates from the pride of the Sahel. The program has been Impact Yobe, and my name is Femi Akonde. See you next time.